It was a stunning display of her lack of qualifications to be a federal judge.
I don't think people understand the gravity of Senator Ted Cruz's fiery critique of the Democrats. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a heated moment from the Senate where Senator Ted Cruz took the floor to criticize the Democrat majority for pushing through a staggering 29 judicial nominees in a single session. Cruz argues that this tactic is designed to overwhelm and obscure the extreme nature of these nominees. According to him, when a new Congress starts, it's common to revisit unapproved nominees from the previous term. But this massive influx is not just about catching up, it's about flooding the zone to prevent proper scrutiny. One nominee, Charnel Beckelgren, came under fire for lacking basic constitutional knowledge. She couldn't even identify Article 2 of the Constitution. Cruz claims these nominees are too extreme and their rushed approval could have long-term impacts on our judiciary, so buckle up, because this is a deep dive into how this maneuver might affect the future of our judiciary and what it means for the qualifications of these nominees. Cruz believes this tactic undermines the integrity of our judicial system.
And I'm going to talk about one final nominee that isn't before us today, but that will be soon, which is Charnel Beckelgren. Now, the members of this committee are aware of just how wildly unqualified this nominee was. She's been nominated to be a federal district judge, and our colleague, Senator Kennedy, whose cross-examinations on this committee have now become legendary, he asked her what Article 5 of the Constitution was. And she responded saying, well, she couldn't remember, she wasn't familiar with that. He then asked her what Article 2 of the Constitution was. And she said, well, that's not coming to mind either. It was a stunning display of her lack of qualifications to be a federal judge. Now, to be clear, asking someone what Article 2 of the Constitution is not some obscure legal gotcha. There are questions you can ask about bizarre, hidden legal theories that would be a gotcha, that wouldn't be fair. Not knowing what Article 2 of the Constitution is, which is what establishes the president and the executive branch, any first-year law student who didn't know what Article 2 of the Constitution was would flunk con law. And I will say Chairman Durbin subsequently said publicly she was likely to get confirmed. And he went on to say that he thought there were members of this committee who couldn't answer the question Senator Kennedy asked as well. I hope and pray that's not the case. I'm confident that on the Republican side of the aisle, the members of this committee know what Article 2 is. Are there any members of this committee who care to volunteer on the Democrat side of the aisle that you don't know what Article 2 is? If you didn't, you or I or anyone who didn't know what Article 2 was would not be qualified to serve on this committee. And I just want to close by this, which is urging my colleagues to be willing to stand up to the White House. I'm confident that many, if not most of you, actually care about having a qualified judiciary. One of the things I cannot understand over the last 2 years is every Democrat member of this committee has voted for every single Biden judicial nominee 100% without failing. And I will say on the Senate floor, every Democrat has voted for every Biden judicial nominee. Not a single Democrat in the United States Senate has mustered the courage to vote no on a single nominee. And to be clear, it wasn't that long ago. We had a Republican president and a Republican majority in this body, and there were many of us who said on particular nominees, this is not a good nominee. We're not going to support this nominee. Look, I understand politics. Sometimes we put on team colors and you're a Democrat or Republican and you vote with your party, and that for a number of issues is fine. But do any Democrat members of this committee actually care about defending the institution of the Senate and your authority as a senator to represent your state. Because the blue slip, fundamentally, it's not even a partisan issue. It is fundamentally about Article 1 versus Article 2. Now, Biden's judicial nominees have no idea what I just said. But the blue slip is all about, are judges going to be picked solely by the president?
If you're passionate about politics and want to stay informed on these crucial issues, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. So there you have it, a breakdown of Senator Cruz's fiery critique and the nominees under the spotlight. It's clear that these appointments are a major point of contention, with deep implications for the future of our judiciary. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on critical political issues. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.